Hello, good evening. It's another Saturday, and my pleasure to welcome you to the white carpet here on Joy News on Multi TV. I'm Nia Kofi Smart. Many thanks for joining us wherever you find yourselves, either in your home or in your friend's home or in a pub where there's a Multi TV or watching us right now. Welcome to the show. Okay, so let's quickly tell you some of the stories that were making the round this week in the world of entertainment. Of course, you probably might have heard Stonebwoy say that he was going to have a collabo with American R&B singer Neo. Well, okay, if you heard about it, well, Stonebwoy has been speaking about that with us. He tells us that yes, indeed, that collabo is going to happen. And, well, we'll get to hear from the horse's own mouth later on in the show. And apart from Stonebwoy, you know, Becca, yes, Becca is Becca. Everybody knows Becca. She's also been telling us about a project that she's part of. You know, the Millennium Development Goals end this year. And away from that, we're having the Sustainable Development Goals, which are supposed to be a continuation somewhat of the Millennium Development Goal. Well, there's a theme song for that, particularly for Africa. African artists are part of, came together to perform that song. Becca is one of them. There's Sarkodie, there's Yemi Alade, there's Mafiki Zolo from South Africa. They are all parts of it. Becca will be telling us more about her involvement with that particular project later on in the show. And do you remember the name Susie Williams? I bet you do. Some 10 years ago, yes, some 10 years ago this week, Susie died in a tragic accident somewhere around the La Palme hotel area. Well, I'm sure a lot of people might have forgotten about her now because it's been 10 years. But one person who at least remembered that there once was an actress called Susie Williams is another actress, Yvonne Nelson, and she's been paying tribute to her this week. Welcome back. You caught me off there. Yes, because of the one in the studio, the one I told you about, the friend who's been missing for a long time, who's been doing so many things. I don't know what he's up to now, and he's trying to plead for... Okay, whatever. I'll tell you what he's trying to plead for. But David Oscar, welcome to the show.
I'm fine.
It's been a long time.
Yes, so Nia Kofi Smart.
Yes, David.
Hey, this man, what happened to you? After you snitched on me at the people office, that was all.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You know,
I did.
You did. Very unassuming guy. Unassuming guy. You know, always cleaning the office. You don't even know what he's up to. And then the next thing you know, Charlie, the guy is just collecting information and sending it up to some rich man somewhere who's, you know.
Okay, so that's one part we share.
That's right.
And the other part is that you do comedy, but I don't. Maybe we'll get to talk about that. But there's one new venture that you started, which I didn't know. But I know I have that part of me. Music.
Yep.
When?
It started this year, you know, but like I've explained on several other platforms, it was always hiding somewhere, very silent, you know. But I think that it came out at the right time. Sometimes you just need some courage from somewhere to just trigger the whole movement, and then it starts. You know, in my case, I think that I had gotten to a certain point where certain things I had come to know, I felt like, no, let me not even speak like that. I know some stuff now, and I feel like I can't even sit on TV with you and blab them out, you know. But music gives me a certain outlet to be able to express myself without feeling restricted or anything. So it's a new one that's out there, Monalisa, but there are a lot more coming, you know, yeah.
So, okay, how long have you known that you can sing? I mean, you ask people this, oh, when I was 3, when I was 5, I was singing at church. Is it the same for you or what?
Yeah, pretty much, you know, but like I said, mine was very silent. You know, it was something...
So you were not even singing in church? I mean, you were not in the church group?
No,
in the church
nothing.
choir.
Mine has always been for private entertainment. You know, it was not
you
for...
sing in the shower for yourself?
Sing in the shower, you know, and all of that. But like I said, you know, I think that, you know, I've reached a certain point where I think I have the courage to start it, and that's why I've started. You know, it was never like that before, which means that it took time. I had to assess myself, find out where I'm going, and what my capabilities can aspire to. So, you know, as an artist, I think that there shouldn't be only one outlet to express yourself, particularly if you have what it takes to explore other outlets. And music is doing that for me now. So, thank God. Let's keep pushing.
Because honestly, when I saw on Twitter that you said you were going, we should look out for a single.
You
for me.
didn't
I didn't take it serious.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people didn't take it serious.
Come on, David Oscar. I mean, okay, maybe he's just trying to pull a prank. First one on everyone. So what compelled you? That's the word I want to use. What compelled you to record Monalisa and put it out there?
Oh, it's not, Monalisa is just you know, it's an expression. You know, it's an expression of let me say it this way: it's an expression of the innards of a man to his dear one. You know, so I try to explain to people who want to relate to the song that even the name Monalisa there, yes, it reflects my reality, but you know, it's still hypothetical. So you can pull that name out and slot in whatever name works best for you and enjoy the music. You know, so that is how it started, but it's going to get much more deeper, if you like, as we go along.
So it's Lavish Rock.
This one is Lavish Rock, yeah, which is a subgenre of reggae.
Yeah.
So I believe, you know, it's reggae.
So is that what has been influencing your look lately? Because I see you do a lot of these Angelina. Is it Angelina or?
Yes, this is Angelina. Yeah, you know, this was us, right?
Yeah.
It was ours back in the times, and you know, certain people took it elsewhere and started printing it outside and bringing it back to us to sell. And I thank God it's back now. Like, people are beginning to buy into it. You know, this was made by my designer, Nama Clothing. She's in Takoradi.
Okay.
You know, he makes for me other things as well.
So you're going this way because of Lavish Rock?
Not necessarily. I mean, this is an outfit. You know, I looked through my collections and this is what I landed. I said, listen, let me just put it on.
So will I see a lot more of these?
Of course. I've been doing a lot more of African wears, even when I'm going for my private, you know, events, etc. I like them, you know, and I think that we should be proud about what we have as a people. If we manufacture the products and we don't consume it ourselves, who do we expect to come from somewhere and come and consume it? Yeah. You know, and it cuts across. I mean, I don't think that we should only boil it down to just fabrics. It should cut across our industry, our entertainment, our movies, our comedy, our music. You know, I think that we should learn to patronize our own. And this is also a clarion call to the artist who is also doing something. I mean, people are seeking to consume stuff, so take your time and do the work and give them the quality, give them the best that you can give. Okay. Yeah.
The fashion was just by the way, as we would say. So why Lavish Rock or the reggae family? I mean, you could have done this as an R&B song. You could have done it as a high life song. Why do you decide to do it as a Lavish Rock?
Okay, Lavish Rock because one is a subgenre of reggae. Like I said, my biggest inspiration is reggae, by the way.
Bob Marley?
Oh, not just him. I mean, I listen to a lot of them. I don't even listen to Lucky Dube as much. I think I listen more. He's your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he's dead.
Yeah, you know, he's dead. But I listen to a lot more of the, you know, contemporary ones. Jack Cure, Chronics, Romy and Virgo, Siobhan, you know, a lot of them. And I think that in the course of doing that, you know, I've been inspired to also write the same kind of tempo, you know. Okay. So more of the songs I have recorded are all reggae tunes, you know. But once in a while, I'll try to just step out of my genre and see, you know.
More of the songs you've recorded? Yeah. So how many?
Oh, for now, I think I have about 6 recorded, you know, but I'm working on more. So hopefully before the end of the year or maybe into next year, I should have more. But for now, but it's only one that is out, which means Monalisa, you know, which means that in a couple of weeks and into the months coming, I mean, a lot more will be released into the market.
So you're planning on dropping an album sometime next year?
Possibly. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't have any timelines per se because I don't want to rush it. I just want to take my time and endear myself to the people out there and hope that somebody would enjoy the art I'm churning out and decide to patronize it, you know. But it is not a rush for me. I'm not, you know, racing with somebody. I've also started off this thing and I'm taking my time to do it my own way. So
what happens to comedy? What happens to acting?
I'm still very much, you know, I've said to people that, you know, for as long as comedy is worth my while, there's no way I cannot be a comedian, you know. I mean,
because from time to time, a corporate comedy series.
Yeah, of course, it's still there. You know, it's still there. Who told you corporate comedy series is there? It's still there. You know, just waiting for the right time. And let me say this: I hope that by the time I go back on the road again, I would have built my musical portfolio to a certain extent where when I'm going, I can even afford to perform as a musician myself. You know. But anyway, that's another conversation for another time. Okay. What it is this. Once comedy is worth my while, I'm a comedian. If the price is right, I'm a comedian, you know. I mean, I'm just coming back
Otherwise, you're an actor or a musician.
See, let me just say this. Just a couple of weeks ago, I had an event, emceed an event for someone, and where I was expected to be funny, and I think I did my job, you know, and I get that from time to time. So for me, there's still opportunities around, you know, and for as long as, the good news is that there are a lot more, you know, comedians popping up from all over the place. I mean, you know the names already. I don't need to mention names. And it's a positive sign, you know, not just for the ones in the game now, but I believe that a few more years to come, other people would get in, and you know, a certain base for Ghanaian comedy will be established. I think it's already established, to be very honest, and I think that it can only be built on. So the call is on the people who are interested in doing it to take advantage of the platform that has been created so that they can also market themselves. With respect to acting, as I speak with you in just a few weeks, no, in fact, in a few days from now, I'm supposed to be on set with Sparrow Productions. They have a way of doing their own PR, so I don't want to speak so much to it, but yeah, I do that too. So
can you tell Shirley I'm still available?
Hi,
Shirley.
I don't think you are.
Hi, Shirley.
I've always been seeing you on the news, and I think your job is taking a big toll on you, because I know you're a very great actor. You know, Akufis Matabi. Oh no, seriously, one of the smartest actors I've actually had the opportunity of working alongside.
Oh, thank you.
Know, so
you're too kind. I'm just saying that because I'm hosting.
No, not at all. I think as and when the time is right for you, you should, you know.
Yeah.
Shall we find time and let's jam?
Maybe I should go on retirement or a long leave, and then we'll do something together.
No. I mean, broadcast journalism too is another big purpose. It's another big call. Yeah. So I don't have any qualms. You know, I just wish that somehow the platform be created for you to be able to explore. You know, and put your other skills to use. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So it works both ways. But music is what I'm seriously pursuing now, you know, in addition to every other thing I'm doing. You know, I think I have a little capacity to own my work, so you know, I have to work hard and make it happen.
Someone says, Oscar, you look good.
I do?
You look great. He didn't add his name. This one says, I like him already. Okay, that's the earlier one.
So you're reading other people's messages for me.
I opened it. I didn't know who we were talking about, but that's
fine. I like you too. You know, whoever.
Yeah. Okay. This one. Action of. Okay, I think you're talking about Yvonne Nelson. Okay, we'll get to Yvonne Nelson shortly. But
you people. Oh,
no. He's just saying that he likes Yvonne Nelson.
Okay.
The fact that she's remembering Susie Williams.
Oh. Okay.
Do you even remember that she's been dead for 10 years?
Oh, really?
Susie
Already?
Williams. Yeah, already.
I think I was in level 200 when she died. Yeah, I remember. At the University of Ghana. Oh, it's been 10 years already.
10 years.
Oh, wow.
What are your fondest memories of Susie?
I think most of the memories I have of her was when she starred in Sun City at the time. Yeah. You know,
because lots of it was shot on campus.
A lot of it was shot on campus, and some of us were about to get in. You know, and that was one of the things that were inspiring us to even get into the School of Performing Arts, to go and act, learn how to act. So she was very visible at the time. She did a few projects across the borders with Nigeria. I think just when she was really peaking, and then you know, so yeah, most of the things I remember about her was all on Sun City. Yeah, I don't think I followed so many of her movies at the time, but Sun City, very visible.
There was someone we're talking to, you know, just picking the public opinion, what they remember about Susie. Someone felt that a lot of the actresses now are trying to pick up from where Susie left, trying to follow, if you like, in the trail of Susie.
Well, I don't fault the person for having such an opinion. That's the person's opinion. It has to be respected. You know, however, I hold a different opinion. I think that over the years, a lot more of the actors, okay, well, let me say actors, because they're all actors, have seen on the screens, you know, have also carved their own niches, you know. Today we have the Yvonne Nelsons, we have the Yvonne Okoros, we have the Nadia Buaris, we have the Rosalind Ngizas, and these are people who have carved their own sort of niches for themselves. You know, you can't begin to say that. Yes, of course, I believe that most of them may have been inspired watching the likes of Susie Williams, you know, but let's not also take it away from them. Some of them have worked hard enough to be where they are, and I think that they should be commended on that level. Okay.
Yeah. So, Oscar, before I wrap up, this one is for you.
Okay.
Ernest says, the one who spoke about Nelson earlier comes back and says, I love his costume. And this one is you.
Oh, Ernest, thank you very much.
It's not mine, child.
Thank you. This is made by Nama Clothing in Takrade, you know.
I'll give you a bill for that.
No problem.
But
how much?
Let me consult.
Okay, all right. No
yes, so you hold on to the wallet. I know where to find you.
I don't even think there's anything in there.
I know where to find you, so don't worry, I'll bring them.
All right.
You will do an a cappella for me.
Oh, you see,
Monalisa.
I'd like to perform with a band, you know. But since we don't have a band here for now.
Who said?
Oh, do we have a band?
David, can we come together and do a band and then let David Oscar sing for us?
Oh, you guys.
We'll put a band together for
Why are you putting me on the spot like that?
We'll put a band together for
Let me direct the funds, all right? Let me direct the funds. Listen, the song is on Deezer, okay? So if you're on the Tigo phone, please go on Deezer and download it. Or just go on Google and Google David Oscar Monalisa. I'm sure a link should pop up somewhere. Download it and enjoy the music.
My link is slow, probably.
It's not,
because
go on SoundCloud. Listen, you know, this.
So why you just, if it's small singing, you go sing to? Why?
I want a band.
30 seconds.
No.
Okay, no, 10 seconds.
Oh, Nia Kofi. See, invite me again.
seconds.
See, invite me again.
With a band.
No. Invite me again. Give me ample time. I'll come with my setup and just entertain your guests.
Your own setup.
I'll come with my own setup. You know, I've done that before, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said it here.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. David Oscar, with your own setup.
Nope. Just give me ample time. That's all I said.
Like.
Oh, I mean, give me like a week or two notice. Let me know, okay, you can have me this time. Then I can start working around it. So that when I come, I can just give my best to the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like his cake. Please ask who made it from Audu. This cake, I'm sure he bought it. I don't think he.
Which one? This cake?
For him. Yes.
Oh,
You bought it, and
this cake was bought by a dear one, you know.
so it wasn't made.
It wasn't made, yeah.
Audu. So the cake wasn't made. He bought it.
No, I didn't buy it. Somebody bought it.
Oh, sorry. Somebody bought it.
A dear one, actually.
I like how Oscar is explaining this. Okay, that's Ernest again, saying that, okay, so that I don't read another message that you say that it's not yours.
Is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay, all right, no problem.
But I go to you right now.
Charlie, will you show you? I swear.
Here's your target. Will be your target.
Oh no, go look to Samaish, you know. You know, Wole is, you know. Yeah, you know.
Okay. All right, David.
Charlie, thanks for having me.
Great hanging out with you.
Same here, man.
And we'll be expecting you with your setup.
Yeah, just give me the notice.
You say at least a week or two.
Yeah.
We'll definitely do that.
Please.
And we'll see you.
Please.
All right. Stay with us. This is the White Carpet. Welcome back. You're still on the White Carpet, proudly brought to you by Airtel. Okay, so quickly we are moving on to discuss some of the issues that I told you about, some of the stories that I've been making around this week on, I mean, in the world of entertainment. And the gentleman I'm about to introduce, I haven't seen him in a while, almost like 300 years now. I haven't seen him. So the only prince of Osudoku. Did I meet you to win? I'd be rehearsing it all day because I knew you would come and you do it.
Today,
I did it. Yes. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Is it like 300 years and counting?
I think it's more.
More
than that. Yes.
But what's up?
Charlie Grace traveled and came back last week, and I'm here now.
Okay, just as Gladys has also traveled.
Yes,
and left me here.
Yes.
To do.
And she's stranded.
She doesn't know. She owes me. Whether she's stranded, that one there is my back case. I know that she owes me for bringing me here just like that. True. But it's been 10 years since Susie died.
Yes, 10
Susie
years.
Williams.
I think this week was 10 years.
This week, I think Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, it was 10 years.
Right.
It seems so.
Time runs so fast. It was just like yesterday.
Exactly. I still.
When that thing happened.
I still remember all the reports that were going around.
Yeah.
And that they were from Joker's nightclub and they were drunk and
you know, and all that. I mean, very tragic.
Yeah.
That was a young lady who. She was on the top of her game at the time. You know, most of the actors and actresses we have now. When I was starting, they were still like, you know,
they were like babies.
You know, they were like babies. You know, but she was there, and she was doing a lot in the show business circle, not just in acting, but you know, she was there on commercials, you know, and all that. But as you have it, in very tragic death, and we lost her. We lost one a very big showbiz icon at the time, and I think it's time to reflect and see how we could move on from there, you know, and the family especially. I hope that the family has been able to come to terms with it. It's been a while, and I hope they've come to terms with it and accepted that, look, we loved her, but she's somewhere else. So I think she did what she could to the industry. She had a very short period, but very effective short period, you know, in the entertainment industry, and kudos to her. I wish she's resting restfully wherever she may be.
But it feels as though the industry has forgotten her somewhat.
Well, I mean, you know, if I was following the 9/11 thing, you know, on Friday, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, their 14th anniversary.
Yeah, 14th anniversary. And you realize that the fervor, you know, with which it was celebrated at the very beginning, you know, from when it happened in the early years, wasn't the same, you know, as yesterday.
Definitely.
Yeah, because time has a way of healing wounds. Time has a way of reducing the pain that people go through when things happen, tragic things happen. You know, so as much as the early stages we remember Susie Williams, we spoke about her a lot, you know, we wrote about her a lot. But I mean, you can't continue to. The living must be celebrated. You know, those who unfortunately have gone, we can talk about them on periods like when it's anniversary. We can't continue because if in show business, the more you do things, that's the more when people talk about you. So if you're not around to do the things that I mean, take Castro, for example. We haven't been speaking about him now as, although we know he hasn't been declared dead, but we don't speak about him now as we were talking about him last year because he's not around to do the things that we knew him to be doing. So I think it's just normal that at a certain stage or a certain point in time, people won't be talking about the person who is dead as they would if she was alive. Or the early days of even Michael Jackson. We don't talk about Michael as much now as
probably only on his birthday or on the death day.
And
when we pay some tribute to the music.
Or when we hear music of his been playing and we remember the legend that is Michael. But that's how life is.
Just like Kwame Uswansa.
Yes, Kwame Uswansa and many others. I remember when I was young and when I was throwing tantrums and then I'll say, if you do, I'll go and kill myself. My father would say, oh, you know what? If you die, we'll cry for a few days. And then we'll forget about you. I mean, so...
so feel free.
Feel free, you know.
Okay. So, well, we've been speaking to some people on the streets, and I think we can listen to what they had to say in terms of their tribute to Susie, what they remember about Susie Williams, the late Susie Williams. Let me put it that way.
To remember Susie Williams, she's a very good actor, and how she acts, it's very nice. It makes we the public feel good.
Remember acting, it says like she's a very sexy actor, and then the way she dresses, the way she looks, and then the way she talks. That's what I can remember.
What I know about her is she pushes when she's like I don't know how to put it. She's active in movies and stuff. But
at that time, she was pushing the kind of acting now some of the actresses are having. She was the one pushing it higher. But only God knows.
Okay, so those were some members of the public telling us what they remember about Susie Williams. But you can also share with us what you remember about her. 0560 800,000. That's a WhatsApp number. 0560 800 000. Lots of zeros in that number. Always you have to be careful how you mention. But this one, Awudu says, may her soul rest in peace. Okay, so we've talked about Susie. Like Long Francis said, we can't always be mourning. I mean, those who are the living who are doing something great, we have to celebrate them as well. And Becca is one of them. You know, the sustainable development goals that we are pushing now, there's been a theme song produced by some African artists, including Becca, Sarkodie. I think they are the only two from Ghana. But then there are others also, Yemi Alade from Nigeria, Mafiki Zolo and co. They are all on it. But let's listen to what Becca had to say about the project in terms of her involvement, and then we'll come back and talk about it a lot more.
We all know, I think sometime in 2000, the year 2000, a few leaders gathered together to come up with the Millennium Development Goals, and it was given 15 years. This year marks the 15th year. Now, a lot of the projects were not being able to execute because I think they were just too strict and, of course, too tight. Now, these 8 goals have been broken down into 17 goals. which means there's enough room and time, and it's been broken into different sessions, so we can tackle one of them, get rid of it, and move to the other. But the most important thing right now is that they have 3 extraordinary goals that they have set on to execute in the next 15 years. Now, this includes one which of course means a lot to me, which is inequality and injustice, gender inequality. That has to be eradicated. Of course, extreme poverty. We're looking at getting rid of that in the next 15 years. Definitely getting rid of poverty in all African countries. And of course, we have the last one, which is climate change. Now, climate change is a new thing that has been added because truly looking at it now, the environment is so polluted and it's causing so much illnesses, and a lot of things are going on. Bad water, a lot of diseases are spreading because of climate change. And so these 3 extraordinary goals have been put in there, and we're looking at getting rid of it in the next 15 years. For the song was produced by Kobam, who is Nigerian. Amazing artist Kobam, who is just extraordinarily really good. As myself, Yemi Alade, it has Mafiki Zolo, it has Diamond Platinum on it, it has who else? Oputo, who's the producer from I think Zambia or so, very close to the place on it. It has I think Whiskey did something little on it. It has Sarkodie as well on it. So it's a song that has a few giants from Africa on it.
Okay, so that was Becca telling us about her involvement with the project. Is this a way to, I mean, okay, no, will this really push us in Africa to do more? I mean, in terms of the MDGs, we really didn't meet many of them. Even here in Ghana, lots of them are still outstanding.
Yes, they are indeed. I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, you know, like, we go and sit down and agree to things, but then we don't follow through, you know, to make sure that they happen the way we agreed, you know, to let them happen. It's a very difficult situation. It's like the promises that are made, you know, during election period, most of which you realize that are not met until they are rehashed and presented to you 4 years when there's going to be another election. You know, it's similar to this Millennium Development. I mean, the challenges are very high. You know, reducing extreme poverty, reducing poverty, you know, and among many others. But it's a matter of commitment by the leadership of the country to be able to commit to these things and make sure that they happen. Sometimes it also depends on where the fund is going to come from, you know, among other things. But commitment is very important in this regard. And so, you know, celebrities and, you know, popular people, they help to galvanize, you know, things like that with their influence as social actors. So I don't know to what extent this will go, but it's an effort. You know, for me, any effort to ensure that you don't always want to rely on government to do the things that governments are supposed to do. But you don't always want to rely on them. NGOs and celebrities usually use their influence to support whatever efforts the leadership of the country are doing. So I think it's a very good effort. Considering that it's not just a Ghana thing. I mean, because the problem of Africa is like a general problem in many countries. We are not able to meet the terms of the common currency for the ECOWAS market.
Yes,
because
even
there
that
are
one is still
different individual country challenges, and some of the challenges are the same as the challenge in another country: inflation rates, interest rates. You know,
it's as if we all decide to have the same problem.
You know, absolutely, we all do. I mean, our problems are similar. So I think this is a very, very good effort. I had hoped that would have a lot more Ghanaians in it, but I mean, Becca is a big name. Sarkodie is a big name. You want those, and helping the others from Nigeria and other countries. I think that it would ring the world in the market. I hope. And then the powers that be will take a cue and also do what they're supposed to do.
I want to ask a question based on the celebrity involvement you said, but I also want us to first of all watch the video that they shot for this particular campaign, and then they called it is it Tell Me or Tell Someone? Yeah, that's the title of the video. We'll get to play it in a bit, but. Okay, already people are talking about the celebrity involvement. Okay, let me read this one. Becca, I love your film. I pray that what you said about poverty being eliminated comes through. Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, Okay, that's what he's saying. Okay, you let me ask this question because of what the guy has said. 15 years, this SDGs are expected to run. Will the celebrities be able to maintain the momentum as they have now?
It's tough, really, because you see, celebrity status is like has a shelf life. Okay, you would not be continuously up top in your game as you are today. I mean, all things being equal. There are some who are able to sustain themselves for a very long time, but most of the time, there's a maximum number of years that you'll be in the limelight to be able to push the things that you push. You know, consider, for example, Nanaboro. About how many, 3 years or so ago,
when he did the malaria
you know,
thing.
he was used for the malaria campaign. He was hot then. Where is he now?
Missing.
You know, so it's very difficult to put all your bets on celebrities when they are in their prime. I always say that Sarkodie, I'm impressed by how he's managed himself over a long period of time. If you check it, most Ghanaian artists can sustain beyond 5 years. But he has been able to be relevant, you know, at the height of the industry for a very long time, at least exceeding that number of years. Artists like Oforian Ponsa, they hit and then, you know, and then let's go, R2Bs, you know, and so many others, you know. But he managed to sustain himself for a long time. So celebrity lifestyle has shelf life. It expires at a certain point. So you can't say that you sustain it forever. Maybe the plan should be that, look, some people will take it from one point and others will take it from another, you know, until we get there. But even if you use the same people, it becomes kind of stale, in my view. You know, okay, what else is she coming to say or is he coming to say? Probably will be the same thing. So I think the best is to look at a strategy that will refresh the message, refresh the people who are sending the message. So it will continue to be relevant, in my view.
Because even there's this issue of some celebrities deciding to call time off their career at some point.
Yes.
So you never know if maybe after marriage and children, Becca may decide, okay, let me, like Adele has done, oh, let me take time off to take care of my kids, and then the comeback may be a bit difficult. But
so that also is it. I mean, family issues, you know, career issues, and all that. You could just say, okay, let me take a chill pill,
exactly,
you know, and relax for a while. I'll come back later. What happened to what you're committed to? So it's very important that they try to refresh the people and keep it going. You know, if it's going to be that long, in my view.
Okay. Speaking of time and all, that brings me to Cartel Big J. I mean, one of the last one of prior to split with Eugene. He is.
You mean the short?
The short one, prior to Itia. He said that solo life is tough, and I asked myself, but who told him it is any easier when they were splitting?
To be fair to him, I think that the splitting of Prior was instigated by the first one, the tall one, Prior Tintin.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you recall that he was the one who left the group first,
exactly,
and then he was left with the two of them. Things were not going as they ought to. One of them went to do solo. I mean. And so I think it was inevitable that it would split, and so maybe he hadn't intended it to. Maybe it was just divine. Or
so
design.
Why does he then want to still stay and do a solo career? I mean, if you didn't intend it,
he's a musician, you know. So you have to say, okay, well, this is a situation I find myself. You're giving melons. What do? You make
melon
juice or something. You're giving lemons, you do what? Lemonade. Or you're giving mangoes, you do mango juice. You're giving tomato.
You make tomato puree or something.
So that's where he finds himself. So he has to do something. And I think that you cannot fault him for trying. He's tried. I think he's put his efforts into it. He's done what he has to do. But it's very tough doing it.
It is, because especially if you are concerts, he's had to perform some of the prior songs.
And that can be done well, you know, because everybody had their part to play in those ones. And the point is that if you started your career came onto the scene, as it were, because I know he started sometime earlier before Brian came together. But the popularity was with Brian, so it was known nationwide by Brian. So if you start on that basis, and you have to roll back, you know, now to solo career, it's tough. And I mean, most of the people, at least in this market, who have gone solo would attest to that. The Wooters, you know, extra, who were in a group and then decided to go solo. They tell you that it's a tough market out there, trying to, having been in a certain situation, you know, a group situation before. Now you have to do everything by yourself. You have to write songs by yourself. You know, previously in a group, maybe somebody will write his part, you write your part, and then we piece it together. Or even somebody will write every song and then we sing together. Now you have to do everything by yourself. It's not easy, but I think that what he has to do is to keep pushing. This is where you are. Either you quit and go and do something else, or you keep pushing until something happens.
Wow.
You know?
Okay, and there's this issue with Sam Smith I just don't understand. Why did he have to lie about he doing the theme song for the Bond movie Spectre?
I don't know. I mean, showbiz people are difficult people to understand sometimes. You know, they say things sometimes that they can't support. They can't lay claim to. You know, and eventually it catches up. But I mean, it's just for the popularity, I believe.
But Adele did it. She didn't lie. She was actually excited to let the whole world know that she was doing the song for Skyfall.
Well, but it doesn't matter, really. Adele has her own way of doing things. Sam has his own way of doing things. So, if unfortunately, I mean, some of these things can come. You remember when the issue that little what's the word, storm in a teacup about Sarkodie and Eastwood, who invited who and how that,
someone
you
paid,
know, someone paid or not, you know, and whether someone called somebody or not, you know, it became a big hullabaloo. You know, I mean, musicians, actors, you know, popular people, they do things to increase their popularity. I'm sure that's one of the things. I mean, anybody who wants to identify with James Bond movie or any Bond movie, it's a big thing to identify with. Look at what's happening to the black James Bond, you know, Idris Elba and, you know, extra. James Bond is a big brand, so people would like to identify.
Shouldn't that even be the more reason why he'd come out boldly and say, yes, I am doing the theme song for James Bond?
Or maybe, but the point is there any contractual agreement to that?
I'm sure.
We never know. We were not in the.
Okay, contractual agreement that he doesn't say that he's doing.
Absolutely, maybe.
Okay. Well, one of the reasons he gave the BBC when they asked him was he said he was trying some acting to see if it will work.
You have to give a line, not a lie, a line that would fit the story you are telling.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, because you tell a story and you have to be consistent in telling the story, you know. So, again, it could be because you don't have to say everything. You probably need to say things based on, you know, need to know basis. But the point is that there's a dilemma that if you're a popular person like he is, people will try to pry to find out exactly what it is. And some of these things, I mean, those markets, they're things that are necessary to be made public. Because how public they are would let people, you know, come to the theaters to watch the movie. So it's a murky one, but it's happened. I don't know. Maybe now he'll just say, yes, I did it or something, because it's come out already.
Yeah. Anyway, now he has really actually confirmed that he's doing it. So, well, okay, before we wrap up, David, can we get the campaign song? Okay, before we even get to that one, okay, good evening to Akins. Good luck, Magbansa, and your family. We understand that you really, really love the white carpet, so you're tuned in right now. So we are great. We are actually delighted to have you tune in to the white carpet with us right now.
I'm sure Mrs. Sadat is watching.
Yeah, Mrs. Sadat. We haven't given her a shout out in a long time.
Yeah, in a long time.
And Nene Maigizo.
Nene Maigizo as well. I've forgotten.
We're supposed to do. If we draw for that, you should be able to remember his two names.
Yeah, I should.
Okay, Mr. Maigizo. At least me, I know I remember the Mr. Maigizo. I don't remember the.
So let's just say Nene Maigizo.
So we combine it.
Yeah.
Nene Maigizo.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening to you, Nene. And we are sure that you are watching us this evening. And well, Gladys, hopefully we'll be able to secure a flight to come to Ghana.
Hopefully. I don't know what it's with Gladys. The last time she went to Nigeria, she got stranded. And then she goes to Rwanda and she gets stranded.
But she's having a ball, eh?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is. She's been Instagramming.
Exactly.
You know,
all the pictures all over the place.
True.
Yeah.
True.
She's having lots of fun.
Yeah.
You should come and pay me for getting stranded in Rwanda. But Uncle Francis, thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for joining us.
Thank you so much.
On the
it's a pleasure.
White carpet.
Yeah.
Saijian. That's how we would say it in Chinese.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Which
Saijian.
means what?
Thank you.
Oh, Saijian.
Yeah.
Saijian.
Okay, so that's it for the White Carpet. Many thanks for joining us on the White Carpet, probably brought to you by Tolamnia Krobisma. To catch a repeat of the show tomorrow evening at 9 here on Joy News on Multi TV. But God willing, Gladys will be with you next week. I assume she'll be able to sort her flight problems out. Come pay me, and then, of course, come and join us on the White Carpet. Until then, have a great weekend, and we'll see you when we see you.